Let's get the thoughts now of Dr. Ashok Kumar, who's a lecturer in international political economy at Birkbeck University and joins me now. President Trump under attack really in the United States, and the accusation he has abandoned the Kurds, but he's just saying in that latest tweet he's not doing that at all. What do you think?
Well, as we know from Trump, he's really full of hot air and bluster. I mean, Erdogan was on the phone with him once, went like, and he folded like origami. I mean, the most sinister part about this is there was probably not a single bit of what he said recently that's accurate in terms of tweets and what he said. It was Trump, not Obama, that financed and armed the Kurds and asked the Kurds to take over Raqqa. It was 11,000 Kurds and SDF allied forces that took Raqqa, the ISIS capital. Not a single American died. Then 2 months ago, Trump asked the Kurds to take down their fortification on the Turkish border on the promise that they would protect the Kurds. The Kurds complied. And now they're pulling out so that Turkey can have their way. So it's sinister and it's a betrayal. And what it's going to do, as your reporter suggested, is that it's going to destabilize the region once again. It's going to reinvigorate a civil war. It's going to increase the refugee crisis. And it's going to give strength to some of the most reactionary and chauvinistic forces in the region.
When you say Turkey's going to have its way, just explain what Turkey wants and what you think it's going to do now in Syria.
Let's look at what Turkey's saying. Turkey is saying that the terrorists are the SDF forces. So the SDF forces are made up of Kurds, Turkmen, Arabs, Yazidis. It's a coalition, it's a multi-ethnic coalition that fought ISIS and controls the Rojava region. Turkey's calling them the terrorists, but that's kind of that also is quite sinister if you look at the history. Turkey was the one that allowed ISIS forces safe passage into Syria. That's uncontested. Turkey was the one that resisted or restricted Kurdish fighters from joining their compatriots when they were fighting ISIS. For an entire year, lest we forget, that ISIS had control of the Turkish border. For an entire year, Turkey did nothing. In fact, Turkey bombed SDF forces that were attacking ISIS and trying to recontrol that area. We also know that Turkey armed ex-ISIS forces and reformed the Free Syria Army to take over Afrin. And finally, The Guardian reported just yesterday that SDF controlled, that ISIS prisoners in SDF regions predict that they will be freed if Turkey attacks, invades, and reconquers or controls those areas and takes control of those areas from Kurdish and allied forces.
And is there anything stopping Turkey going in now and invading?
Well, the SDF and other forces have organized. You might have there's no indication right now, but you might have the Syrian government potentially, but they're in a very weak position. I think what we need to do is put international pressure. We need our government, one of the closest allies of the U.S., to put pressure on the U.S. And also the U.S. has suggested that they won't give up airspace. We need them to turn back the decisions that they've made right now.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being with us. Dr. Ashok Kumar there, lecturer in international political economy at Birkbeck University. Many thanks.
Thanks.